Hong Kong sports officials are demanding action from relevant authorities, condemning a deliberate attack and injury on SAR athletes by Turkmenistan ice hockey players. A drug invented by the University of Hong Kong to treat rare blood cancers wins approvals from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and the European Medicines Agency. And U.S. President Donald Trump doubles down on its plans to redevelop Gaza and make sure that Hamas doesn't move back. Good evening, you're watching Cable News. I'm Jeremy Zhu. The Sports Federation and Olympic Committee of Hong Kong, China will take action against the ice hockey players from Turkmenistan who were involved in a fight with Hong Kong ice hockey athletes after a match at the Asian Winter Games in Harbin. The incident occurred during the post-match handshake after Hong Kong's 5-1 victory in the men's event. A brawl erupted and 3 SAR players were injured. 3 Turkmen athletes were punished on site and additional disciplinary actions are under review. Kenneth Fogg, head of the Hong Kong delegation, said he had requested disciplinary action and appreciated the swift and fair response from the International Ice Hockey Federation. He condemned the violence, emphasizing that athletes should never be subjected to such behavior, regardless of the outcome of the match. Earlier today, Chief Executive John Lee, along with Sports Minister Rosanna Law, visited the athletes' village to support the injured players and boost morale. A drug developed by the University of Hong Kong, which can treat a rare type of blood cancers, has been approved by the European Medicines Agency and the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Effective in the treatment of acute promyelocytic leukemia, the orally administered medicine does not need frequent hospitalization for chemotherapy, enabling patients to carry on with their normal lives. The new treatment has an impressive cure rate of close to 97% and can now be prescribed in public hospitals, benefiting over 430 patients to date. Patients diagnosed with APL can receive treatment at Queen Mary Hospital, and the medication cost is fully covered. The university's medical research team has hailed the approval as a game changer and plans to promote the treatment worldwide. As the consultation period for the proposed regulatory framework for subdivided flats concluded today, concerned groups have urged authorities to improve relocation arrangements and establish a rent control system to protect affected residents. The Concerning Subdivided Units Alliance, along with the tenants, submitted more than 700 individual letters to the Housing Bureau this morning. Over 80% of these letters called on the government to relocate affected tenants within their original districts to minimize disruption, and to set an initial rent cap for certified subdivided flats, aiming to prevent landlords from passing on the costs of renovations and compliance to tenants. The group also noted that there are only 50,000 transitional and simplified public housing units available for tenants of subdivided flats, which is not enough to meet demand. They suggested introducing rent subsidies and relaxing eligibility criteria for these types of transitional housing. A survey has revealed that a government ban on flavored cigarettes and shisha would lead to a huge majority of bargoers cutting back on their visits. Forecasting a severe drop in business, the bar industry fears the move could see a surge in illegal establishments where people can smoke the prohibited products. Cheryl Yuan reports.
Conducted by the Long-Term Tobacco Policy Concern Group, the survey questioned over 500 patrons, 80 of whom said they would visit bars less frequently if the ban on flavored cigarettes and shisha is enforced. 70% of those surveyed admitted they might consider switching to bars on the mainland instead. Founding president of the Licensed Bar and Club Association of Hong Kong, Ben Leung, criticized the government for not consulting with bar owners before proposing extreme measures that disregard public and industry sentiments. Leung admitted that the ban would lead to a 20% drop in business, as shisha is considered a novelty for attracting customers amid a sluggish recovery of the bar sector. If approved, the tough measures would further damage Hong Kong's night economy, Leung added. He also raised concerns that such a move could pave the way for a surge in more illegal premises. The Health Bureau responded that all indoor catering premises are prohibited from smoking, indicating that the ban has minimal impact on bar businesses. Roughly 10% of bars have outdoor areas allowing people to legally smoke shisha. The government will explore the possibility of incorporating an adjustment period before the law comes into effect. Health Chief Lo Chong-mao said the government aims to table the anti-smoking legislation in the Legislative Council in April. Cheryl Yun, Cable News.
U.S. President Donald Trump has doubled down his commitment to redevelop Gaza. Looking at the war-ravaged enclave as a potential big real estate site, Trump said his plan will bring stability to the Middle East. Quintin Yang reports.
Flying to New Orleans to watch the Super Bowl, Trump said the United States is committed to owning Gaza, which is the most dangerous place in the world to live in.
I'm committed to buying and owning Gaza. As far as us rebuilding it, we may give it to other states in the Middle East to build sections of it. Other people may do it through our auspices. But we're committed to owning it, taking it, and making sure that Hamas doesn't move back. We'll let other countries develop parts of it. It'll be beautiful. People can come from all over the world and live there.
Trump first raised the proposal last week at a press conference during Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's visit to Washington. Netanyahu has called the plan revolutionary and creative. While it was unclear under what authority the U.S. would take claim of the Gaza Strip, Trump's announcement drew immediate rebukes. Palestinian group Hamas, which governs Gaza, denounced Trump's comments as ridiculous. An official said that Palestinians would resist all plans for displacement and expulsion. However, the U.S. leader's proposal is also seen as a decoy for other countries in the region to step in and find a solution for Palestine. Quintin Yang, Cable News.
A Chinese cargo ship ran aground near eastern Russia's Sakhalin Island, prompting local authorities to declare an emergency. Quintin Yang reports.
The Anyang 2, carrying 1,000 tons of coal, 700 tons of heavy fuel oil, and 100 tons of diesel, struck shallow waters near the island's Novalsky district during a storm. While the ship sustained structural damage, Russian authorities confirmed that no fuel leaks or pollution was detected in the surrounding water so far. The 20 crew members, all Chinese nationals, remain on board but are unharmed. Valery Limarenko, governor of Sakhalin, has activated a regional emergency protocol to coordinate rescue operations and prevent pollution. However, severe weather conditions, including high winds and rough seas, have delayed efforts to reflow the vessel or pump out its fuel reserves. The ship is stranded approximately 200 meters offshore, further complicating access for salvage teams. Quintin Yang, Cable News.
In a bid to protect domestic industries which helped him win the election in battleground states, U.S. President Donald Trump is broadening his trade restrictions with plans to impose 25% tariffs on all imports of steel and aluminium into America. Here is Quintin Yang again.
Speaking to reporters on Air Force One en route to the Super Bowl, Trump said the levies would be reciprocal, but did not specify any countries.
Reciprocal tariffs, and very simply, it's if they charge us, we charge them. That's all.
When does it go into effect, sir?
Almost immediately.
Starting today, China will apply a 15% border tax on imports of U.S. coal and liquefied natural gas products. There is also a 10% tariff on American crude oil, agriculture machinery, and large engine cars. The move by Beijing was in retaliation to the 10% tariff on Chinese imports into the U.S. China has also imposed export controls on 25 rare metals, which are critical for making components used in electrical products and defense equipment. Foreign Ministry spokesman Guo Jiakun responded, stating protectionism offers no solution, and trade wars and tariff conflicts leave no winners. Quintin Yang, Cable News.
Now let's take a look at the stock market. The Hang Seng Index was up 388 points. Top active stocks of the day. Alibaba was up $5.50. Tencent was up $8.80. China Mobile was up $1.65, while BYD was up 20 cents. Foreign exchange against the Hong Kong dollar, euro 8.03. The British pound 9.65. Onto the weather now. It will be overcast with a minimum temperature of 15 degrees Celsius. Sunny intervals during the day with a maximum temperature of around 19 degrees. Humid with a few light rain patches in the following couple of days. And finally, the second installment of a Chinese animation movie has made box office records on the mainland, ranking in more than 8 billion yuan during the week-long Lunar New Year holiday. Naja 2, a sequel to the 2019 super hit movie, tells the story about a boy who battles demons with magical powers. Based on a Chinese mythological character, the film has drawn record-breaking audiences with over 160 million people having watched the movie. Ahead of its official release in North America on Friday, tickets for special screenings 2 days prior have already been snapped up. Naja 2 will also hit theaters in Australia, New Zealand, and Fiji on Thursday. But Hong Kongers will have to wait as the dates for an SAR release are yet to be finalized. That's our news tonight. I'm Jeremy Zhu. Thanks for watching and good night.